watched the tape in detail. Coaches put a good grade on it. When you go back, first of all, you talk about the special teams. I thought Steve Yartig had a great night. I thought he kicked the ball extremely well. He kicked off deep, put it right where we wanted him to place the ball. I thought he showed some good poise. And then I thought Stephen Cooch really stood out also. I thought he had great hang time, great ball placement, and just sat in there and I thought showed a lot of poise himself, considering he has not been in a lot of live action. I think he can definitely be a weapon. Our snappers, everybody was solid. I thought the kicking game was a positive. You go back and you look at the scrimmage defensively, I thought the kids ran to the ball awfully well. I thought we was in our gaps, still, moving some people around, trying to get our best 11 in the best spots. But overall, I thought we did some good things there. And then offensively, I thought both quarterbacks played very efficiently. I thought they threw the ball well, accurately, and just really good zip on the ball. And I thought the wideout stepped up and made some plays too. Devin Scott, I thought played exceptionally well. And then Jamal had his sort of game that we needed to see out of him last night. He was very effective. He looked like the Jamal Robinson that we knew. Elijah was very effective. He got quality snaps. I was real pleased with his work. I thought the offensive line did a nice job last night too. I thought overall really solid scrimmage. Obviously better than the first one. Hopefully we can continue building on that as we now start installing a lot of the situational things that we've got to have ready for the first game, and then we'll get into the Kentucky game plan starting next week. So.
You mentioned with the kickers last night, maybe splitting them up, but does it sound like maybe you're leaning more toward Artig for both? And if you are, with the true freshman, does that present any overuse concerns for down the road?
Having a true freshman on the road, first game in front of 60,000, that's a legitimate concern. And so, but he's I think up to the task.
I mean more in terms of overuse if you get him with both kickoffs and other stuff.
Maybe, but we're going to use the guy that can do it the best. And right now he may have a slight nod on Alvarez, but Alvarez is much improved, and I think he'll have a role this year.
Coach, Coach Harbison, in the last time we discussed after the last scrimmage, trying to get a feel of maybe who are those first 6 or 7 on that defensive line. That's kind of where you guys are at. What did you see in the scrimmage last night, and maybe how close are you guys to kind of finding that group?
Yeah, like I said, it's not just one guy right now. It's a group of guys. There's not one guy we can say that's Ringo. He stood out. Justin Hamilton stood out. Right now, they're doing it by committee. We're going to play. We're probably going to play 6 guys. At least rotate 6 guys. They're going to play consistently, and then maybe as one takes over and does a little bit better, he may gravitate toward a few more reps. But that's not just one standout guy right now. Everybody's working hard, doing a nice job, but not just one guy's just showing that dominant ability like Christian.
The 6 right now being.
Yeah, well, Romaine Douglas will be one. Obviously, he's having a great camp. I hate to make it real off 25 people on camera.
Dunbar.
Yeah, Dunbar would be 2. Romaine Douglas, Dunbar. Prater would be 3. Keep moving out some names.
Taborsley
would be 4. Winston's close. Kids 5. And then the 6th one was
Sherrod, maybe?
Sherrod's probably at 7 right now, 7 or 8. Osborne's probably 8 or 9. He's going to play this year. Just don't know if he's going to be ready. Probably ready quite yet. And so we'll sort of see how it goes. And just Cody Briscoe will be there. So those 6. Romaine's trying to get in that 6. Blaine Weston's trying to get in that 6 along with Sherrod.
So, but at the end spot, it's just Prater and who else?
Prater's going to play some in. Blaine Weston's going to play some in. Yeah, those 2 are going to play some in positions. But also Romaine Douglas is going to play in too.
Okay.
So we're going to get the 2 tackles and 2 ends, and between one of those guys, we're going to play the depth.
Romaine can go pretty
We'll
much
make it
anywhere
inside now.
Prater's
He'll be the, one of the 5 techniques on one side, and Prater will be the other 5 techniques.
Well, Coach, you mostly kind of commented that some, the talking points you had last night at the scrimmage, mostly on the offense, but where do you see that defense at right now?
Improving. It's a new scheme. I know last night I thought we were very tough against the run, and I know we got work on our edge pressure a little bit. We didn't bring a lot of pressure last night for the fact that we wanted to just see guys tackle and see guys get to the ball, play with good fundamentals, and didn't do a lot of pressure because we had been doing a lot of pressure up to that point. So just wanted to call it differently to see if our kids could make sure they were in position and get everything called and evaluated.
How much did the third quarterback do with the ones?
He went a little bit. Jordan went a little bit with the ones, and to be honest with you, he had a really good scrimmage, and to the point where I don't think it might not be out of the question. He may not see some playing time at some point this year, and I thought he was really sharp, stepped up, and made some plays.
Have you, after looking at the film, have you come closer to making a private decision on the?
A little bit closer. Yep, to making a private decision. A little bit closer. But, there's still a lot of time left, 2.5 weeks left.
You haven't told them.
Oh, absolutely.
Is this a good situation to be in right now with your quarterbacks having the other team know than not knowing who really the starter is? Or would you rather have the guy?
Well, yeah, I'd rather have a 3-year starter coming, back, who's first team All-American. That would be the best scenario. But those guys move on, and you have to start over for young guys. And both these quarterbacks battling right now are competing awfully well, and are showing that they can lead this team. So I'm just awfully glad we've got options.
Coach, I go back to the receiver core and to some of the younger guys that obviously they're going to have to travel. You're going to have to travel some of them, and you talked about who some of those were last week. But what kind of progress did you see last night in that overall?
Yeah, some of the freshmen I thought last night probably didn't have some of the scrimmages they may have had earlier. And I think some of the freshmen now are starting to get in that little leg weariness of camp. Don't know how to handle it maybe quite as well as the veterans. They didn't quite show the burst that they may have been showing before. But nevertheless, I think Gary Haynes, he's going to play considerably. Kenny Barnes is going to play, and Michael Jacquet possibly. Those first 2 are definitely going to play, along with Jamarcus Bradley too.
Sticking with that freshman theme, where does Jordan Wright kind of fit in at this point? Is he still
he's not ready yet. We don't need him to be ready yet. Not saying he couldn't be, at some point this season, but we've got plenty of depth at running back with Higgins and the 3 seniors and then Elijah. And so we're going to just bring him along, make sure he knows everything, make sure he's caught up, and I think he'll be ready eventually, and I think he's going to be an outstanding back.
You talked last night about 3 centers. What do you got going on behind the court?
Well, behind Eddie, we've got 2 other guys that are taking a lot of reps this fall camp. He's done really well. Brand Horst, he's taking a lot of reps at center, and he's really, really good there. And then David Williams has got some quality reps at center too. And so I think any one of those 3 can all be effective in the center position. And then Cole Prudhomme is the next guy. He just needs to grow up a little bit and learn all the nuances of the scheme. But he had a really good scrimmage. So he can factor in somewhere too.
What about Gooder?
Yeah, Gooder left the program. He left the program about 2 weeks started the day before.
Coach, just if we could talk a little bit about, you touched base on overall defense, and we talked a little bit about that secondary. There were some battles going on there. So, like what you have at safety, but there's maybe some other competition going on there as well.
It is, and Travis Crawford is trying to battle for some playing time and safety. But T.J. Worthy right now he's a senior veteran back there. He's really doing a great job. Tracy Walker has done a great job. Don Jones probably had the best scrimmage of anybody. He's a guy that you can count on to do his job, be where he's supposed to be, and make a play. So I think we've got some some really good safeties back there, got some depth, and some guys that can run and tackle.
And that opposite side of Simeon, that battle going on over there too.
You know, so we've got 5 other corners that I think that we still are trying to figure out who it's going to be between Javante, Troy McCullum,
Brown?
Savion.
Brown, Goodlet, and then
Brazil?
Gerald Brazil.
Yeah.
Between those 5. And between those 5, I definitely think 2 of them will really rise up and be good. I thought Brazil showed some good speed last night. He's a guy that you're not going to get behind him. There's nobody in the country who are going to play that can get behind this guy if he plays the way he's supposed to play. Because he's got a lot of speed. Now, if you don't use good technique and let someone pass him, that can happen. But speed-wise, he can run with anybody. He's really fast. And he's improving really fast at that position. So pretty excited about our corners. They're going to continue to improve.
Is he someone that y'all are considering for return duties?
Yep, him and the kickoff return. So right now, still evaluating a little bit. Guys, I just trust him, know that he can take care of the football. But Gabe usually right now is the number 1 kickoff return, and I think he'll definitely get some reps.
And what about punt return? Is Eli out of that now since he's
He's still a punt returner. And Torrey Pierce is number 2. And then Gerald Brazil would be probably our 3rd guy.
What about Haynes back there?
Yep, he'd be probably the 4th guy. I just got to learn to trust him a little bit. Freshman and everything. Catch runs.
If you had to do it today, nickelback? Nickelback, if you went to that package, who would it be if you had to do it today? How would you handle that?
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be Gerald when we moved in the corner. We were working him a little bit at the nickel, but Zach Green just playing some of the nickel. He's really helped us too. I think he's a guy that's going to really show he can help us during camp. He's had a great fall camp. He's going to help us some there. Don Jones moved down to play some of the nickel position also.
What about, I think at one point you mentioned maybe TJ to nickel and bring in Crawford?
No, TJ's going to stay at the safety. Yeah, they're not going to ask him to do too much cross.
Brazil?
No,
how are the guys with week 1 only a little less than 2 or a little more than 2 weeks away? How are they picking up all of the new defensive stuff brought in by Coach Smith?
good. I think our progress has been solid. They're learning, and Coach Smith teaches way more than just the scheme. He teaches life lessons. He teaches scheme lessons. He teaches we're going to run to the football. That's one thing I know we're going to do. Tackle well, and he teaches the big picture, not just all caught up in all schemes. So, it's been really good to see him and the defense staff working.
Coach, from a linebacker standpoint, you've had some good ones. Dominique was one of the first groups you brought in. This group as a whole, that Coach Lucas and Coach Harbison talked a lot about them, but it probably as a group and talent this is probably the best group you think you've had since you've been
Probably
here.
so, probably the deepest, and even consider the outside backers too. Tovell and both the Beathers and Darzell and Lightfoot. Those 4 guys are pretty talented players, and so I think they can make a lot of plays for us. And then we got quality depth. Trey Grenier, Tremaine Lightfoot, Tom Alexander. So we've got some guys that I think Tom Posey can really play quality depth.
Has it taken Boris a little bit to kind of recover from missing the spring?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get confidence in that arm and in that shoulder and pack and everything. And he's progressing nicely. And all the D-line have been a little banged up just for the fact that they're sore because we've done a lot of reps. And so they got the rest of the afternoon off today. We're going to try to get him recovered before we hit it again for these next 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Because these next 3 days are critical as we continue to try to be where we want to be at Saturday Scrimmage. Because after Saturday Scrimmage, we'll exchange scouts on Monday's off day, and then Tuesday we'll start implementing and installing a little bit of Kentucky game plan. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right.